podcast blocks here. Man, I'm finally out in the parking lot during the daytime. Right now it's about 2:04 p.m., 44 degrees. I'm at Fort Washington. Fort Washington is a little bit outside of Philly, maybe like 20 minutes drive. It's actually pretty much flat for the most part, except for towards the right side. It might be hard to see from the camera here. It's also kind of windy right now too, so I'm not sure how the audio is. But towards the right side, it seems to slow down a little bit. So the slope is maybe about 5% slope. It doesn't look that steep, which is fine for me to test out my new rollerblades. I purchased K2 VO2 S 90 millimeters. So what makes these skates great is these are single side frame hardware. Look, it's so fresh. I haven't got a chance to remove the tags yet. Supposedly, the single frame will actually absorb most of the shocks on the one area here, as opposed to the two frames. So most skates that I've seen, they have the two sides that attach the wheel to it. When you have two frames on the sides, they both absorb the shocks, which will create like a more bumpy ride. Whereas by having like a single frame or mono frame, it allows you to enjoy the smooth ride with little to no shocks to it. I left the brakes on. See, it's brand new and it looks like somebody probably used the brakes. See, I just got this the other day, and actually I got this yesterday around 4 o'clock, so I don't think it's even 24 hours yet, and it looks like there's a bunch of scuff marks on the skates. Size 12, you know, same as my Trio 100s. 4-wheeled, and this one has the BOA system. The BOA essentially allows you to turn a dial and tighten up your shoelaces. These are not regular shoelaces. They're more like wire or metallic wires. It feels really sturdy. This also comes in 100, but since I own the 100s, I bought it about like last month. I will try and find something different and see if I will enjoy the 90 millimeters over the 100s more. You know, the 100s is great for long, flat distance trails. When it comes to downhills and the urban area, man, there's too many turns. It's a little bit more difficult for me to make sharp turns and U-turns. Stops as well, but it's not impossible. It just takes a little bit more control, and I have to bend my legs lower to achieve that. Oh wow, there's a piece of hair inside. What the fuck? I need to get a gunk out in case if there is something left over. The person from eBay assures me this is brand new. You know, I asked for some photos, but that person refused to send me photos. So instead, that person just replied back saying, yes, it's brand new, but no photos. You know, on eBay, they have these stock photos, which I don't really trust. It's kind of windy right now, so I have to get inside my trunk and talk. Whew. Take my sandals off. And it feels really tight. Okay, I'm not surprised. K2 makes their skates a little bit more narrow than most brands, so I have to loosen the straps here. BOA system, let's see, is this loosened up? Yes. Plastic buckle, loosen this. There we go. Got my 1 foot in. All right, let's strap the bottom Velcro strap, and now let's do the plastic buckle. I think this is the correct order. Plastic buckle, get it in, latch it on, and then the BOA system. By turning it clockwise, I'm able to tighten the laces or the string, metallic string here, and just like that, my left boot is on. I want it to be fit but not too tight, because I really don't want too much pressure on my calf area. Now my left toe is currently touching the top part here slightly. I think it's brand new, and that's probably the reason why. You know, it feels a little tighter than I expected. It's kind of weird. On Nike, I wear a size 12, and I have just a little bit of space left between the shoes and my toes. when I wear Under Armour, wearing size 12 is too small. I had to wear size 13 just for a perfect fit. K2 size 12 seems to be really tight, and at first I thought maybe I bought the wrong size or something, but it says it's size 12 here, US, and that's what I got for my kinetic skates. Trio was also the size 12, and I figured, well, if both of my previous skates fits fine for size 12, then logically speaking, it only makes sense for me to get the K2 VO2 S 90 in size 12 as well. Alright, let's put the other skate on. Yeah, it's too tight here. I have to loosen both straps. I'll leave the tag on just in case if I decide to return it. Wow, it's cold. Alright. Make sure my tongue is straightened up first before I put the bottom strap on. Alright. And now my plastic strap. Oh yeah, crank it. And now I have both straps on. I can dial in the boa clockwise. There we go, nice and tight. Another thing is, never wear keys or any sharp objects with you in case if you fall, it'll pierce your body, scratch you, and cause more injuries to your body parts. So leave it behind. I'll leave it in here. I doubt that anyone's going to be coming around at this hour in this parking lot. So, all right, let's go ahead and try these puppies on. Man. Wow. The first impression is the padding, top notch. I mean, the sole inside the boots, so comfortable. A lot better than the K2 Trio. In fact, I felt like this one kind of like triple up on the cushion. So there's no need for me to change the liners inside, the sole. The default one is fine. Wow, I'm able to skate effortlessly. Wow, doing turns on the 90 feels more natural to me. See, when I'm turning, there's no need for me to bend my legs lower. Man, I'm loving these 90s. It has the speed or the acceleration of the 80s, but also maintain the same strides as the 100s. You know, maybe it's not a fair comparison because the K2 VO2 S is a top tier line. The second top tier after the Redline product, because this skate cost me about like $236 before taxes. The Trio 100 before taxes cost about $146. So this is like $100 more for better performances, meant for more cross training. But yeah, I'm able to feel the differences already. A lot smoother, more comfortable. The strides is just as long as the 100s. And with the 90s, I felt like there's less of a balancing issue or maneuverability. I'm able to navigate left and right. This is what I like to do a lot. I like to do like the snake or the S style here. Whereas the 100s, I can't really do it in the same narrow stretch. I would need like more space. I have to utilize more width of this parking lot to do the S shape. 80s and 90s, I'm able to do this area, like keep on going straight without lifting my foot at all. It is possible for me to skate like this without lifting up my foot. And this is what I normally do when I'm really tired. Oh wow, should wear a coat. Okay, I feel like the noises from the wheels is a little bit louder compared to the Trio 100s. The 100 makes sounds too, but the sound is more of a higher pitched noise compared to this. I'm assuming because maybe I'm lower to the ground, more body weight is pushing or adding more pressure to the weights, and that's why it seems to create a little bit more noises. Not by much though. Wow. Man, VO2 S, they really step it up. I feel like I'm definitely in control. My mobility, maneuverability, strides, everything feels like I'm really in control. Like, just less delay. If I want to make a left or a right, or do some stops, I'll make it happen faster as opposed to the Trio 100. Wow. It also helps with a smooth paved parking lot here too. A lot of parking lots I was at recently, it was not smooth. It makes it really difficult to skate. Alright, this is going downhill, so I'm learning how to do a U-turn on my 90s millimeters. Love it. Yeah. Wow. Ooh. It's windy. So much easier skating in the daytime too. All right, let me find some cracks. Let me test out the handle on rough surfaces to see if I really feel any difference on the mono frame. I heard some rough areas right here. It's going downhill. I need to start making the turn. I don't pick up too much speed. Here's a lot of cracks. Okay. I went over some cracks. Not too bad. Here's more cracks. Let me go this. Okay, the asphalt over there doesn't look like skatable. It's too many cracks. I'm not willing to go over there. There's a high chance I would trip on those cracks. Yeah, it's too much. Holy shit. Very smooth. The mono frame is an upgrade. I barely felt any like bumpiness going over cracks or uneven surfaces. Let's try stopping here. Oh, I just stopped near my car. Wow. I feel like skating on the 90 millimeters, there's a lower learning curve compared to the 100s. Making sharp turns, U-turns, stops, so much easier than the 100s. Let me show you guys how fast the wheel spins. I'll have a piece of hair or debris stuck on here right now. The back wheel seems to spin less than 5 seconds. Second wheels from the bottom seem to spin over 5 seconds. Second wheel from the top spin for 1 second. The front wheel seems to spin over 5 seconds. It's kind of odd. Even though it's from the same boot, the wheel spins at a different rate. It could be because some boats are turning more than others, so I have to go back home and adjust this to make it spin faster. Now this is on the ILQ9 bearing system. My Trio 100 is on the ILQ7. So even though it's on the ILQ7, when I did the test earlier this morning, it appears a Trio 100's wheel spins longer than the VO2 S. Let me try my left boot. So the second from the top wheel spins really long. Second wheel from the bottom doesn't spin as long. And the wheel on the bottom spins for about 5 seconds. Yeah, it looks like right now my Kinetic 2 with the ABEX 9 bearings, the wheel spins for about 20 seconds. My Trio 100 ILQ 7 bearings spin maybe close to like 10 to 15 seconds. My VO2 S seems to spin the shortest, even though it has supposedly the highest bearing system, ILQ 9. So I'm not sure if ILQ 9 or ABEX 9 makes any difference or not. Maybe it's more so the brand, but it's based on like the name. It sounds like this would spin longer, but it doesn't. I'm not sure if it's because of the monochrome too. Now, because there's less support, maybe when I spin the wheel, it doesn't go as long compared to like a two-sided frame. And this is still the stock bearings. If it's not fast enough, you know, I'm able to go back home and change it, order like red bearings. You know, I have done a lot of research on bearings, and a lot of people gave red bearings the highest ratings when it comes to top quality bearings to make your wheel spins faster. I mean, right now it's good enough. You know, I'm still a beginner, so the speed of what the bearings offer is good enough. There's no need for me to upgrade it, at least not yet. I think when I release the laces, I can just pull it out. It makes a popping sound, and I'm able to adjust the tongue, push it back in, and dial it clockwise to tighten up my laces. Again, a little too tight. Adjust the tongue, push it back in, dial it clockwise, and they'll tighten up the lace, the metallic string here. See how there's like not much wiggle room here?